And I'm excited. You know, these players, it's been a while since I've seen them face off against each other. I think for a while, like, the rivalry was between the two Brazilians, right? Kelazur and Erik. But now, like, in comes Mexico, you know? Like, I'm excited.
And you should be, because this is going to be pretty awesome, mate. And here we go. Countdown has begun. 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone to the first map in this second best of 3 series. Jagannatha Aliens spawning here. Coming all the way live from Korea, the Mexican set player, Cham.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the CranKy Duckling himself, the red Zurich player hailing from the land of Brazil. It is Erik. And I am both excited and quite nervous about this.
Is it because it is your boy who is playing?
It is my boy who's playing, and unfortunately, I mean, you must know this as well as everyone else, Erik hasn't been participating in events over the past maybe 3 weeks. So he has been MIA from Sentimiento Latino, Copa Hyperion, Battle of the Americas, and that is because he has been very busy with his studies. You know, again, medical school, right?
These players, you know,
I know, right?
Taking studies seriously, getting ready for the future. How annoying.
I know, right? But it was exam time for him, so he was focusing on his exams. He did finish up, I believe, almost a week ago. He finished up his exams. So now he's been focusing on StarCraft, but that does mean that this is an Erik that is a little bit more out of practice than otherwise we've seen, right? ZvZ can be like riding a bike, so I'm sure he's still going to perform well here, but against a Korean Cham, you know, like, so it's a big ask.
Yeah, we'll see, mate. We'll see. This is going to be a very interesting matchup because, yeah, as you say, it's been a while since I've seen these two players play against each other. I believe they didn't even play against each other in the previous season. Or did they in the previous DreamHack season?
They missed each other. Yeah, you're right. Like I I recall because I was looking forward to it. But yeah, they didn't even play in DreamHack.
Oh right, because Erik lost versus Terran, right? If I recall correctly.
Yep. He lost in the rematch.
That was a surprise. So yeah, it's okay. We're finally going to have them here in this tournament here.
Yeah.
Only OSC is bringing you the best.
And oh my god, this is crazy. So the Roach War now makes sense because Erik took a very fast second gas. This is not something you usually see, and Cham goes in and he immediately spots it.
Yeah, he spots the Roach Warren, he spots that gas in the natural base, and I'm not an expert ZvZ, mate. Please explain.
I mean, going for an extra gas like this early is insane, right? What are you going to use it for? Roaches, clearly. And also Erik is being incredibly greedy, right? He didn't make anywhere near as many Lings, so he hasn't been anywhere as aggressive on the map. So he's kind of skipping Ling Bane and going straight into those roaches.
Yeah, meanwhile on the other side, Cham, I'm impressed. Even though Cham saw the Roach Warren and the second gas, he's not making any roaches himself.
Yeah, bold move, especially if he goes for this third base, not gonna lie, because Erik is going for a 2-base all-in. Erik does not intend to expand. But Cham is the one being the aggressor here. Oh my god.
Yeah, there we go. A bunch of settlings being by Cham at the moment. He has the Bellingness ready as well, so he might as well Belling bust his way in.
Yeah, and he's going for it.
Yeah, Erik, the wise, going for a full wall out here. Oh, he's so careful. No, he's not a full wall.
Oh my god, he just barely misplaced that Evo chamber. The Lings, they flood in, but you know what? I think there are just barely enough roaches to hold on.
Yeah, there is. I think he didn't lose any roach even.
Yeah. Wow. He lost very few roaches. The low one was turned into a Ravager.
Mate, Cham Erik not only held this perfectly, Cham went for the tier base.
Yeah.
So Cham has literally nothing to defend but queens.
This is what I was worried about. When he went for the third base, I was like, this man, he's crazy. He knows the situation he's in. He's trying to make as many spine, or he's throwing down one spine at least. He has lings as well. But this is a very dangerous moment here for Cham.
And yeah, immediately going for the spine that is being built, so the queens cannot kill it. And there we go, mate. There's a lot of settlings, there's a few queens, but mate, there's a lot of roach.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
exactly.
HP that needs to go through, and there's not enough. And GG, make Erik take game number 1.
GG Cham. Not respecting what he saw, because he saw the early gas, he saw the Roach Warren. He also had an overlord over the third base of Erik. He knew it was 2 bases. And he expanded, and he was being aggressive with his own Ling Bane? Crazy. It's crazy.
Mate, Cham needs to remember that this is not Korea, mate. This is the slums of Brazil.
Mate, this is where we get dirty, alright? Like oh my god. But that was crazy. It was very, like, I think what was crazy about it was that Cham got in. That was crazy. Like, he got in and he still got cleaned up. Like, that's what was crazy, because it almost felt like that was what Cham wanted, right? Like, Cham wanted to eventually break through that wall and flood in, right? But even though that happened, it didn't really work out his way.
By the way, like, Garboheim in the chat says, hearing that description of Valheim hurt my soul.
Yeah, it's like Minecraft, and but you know, with swords and magic. I've never played Valheim in my entire life. I got no idea.
Well, welcome everyone. Game number 2, and spawning here, the player who is currently down in this series, the Korean Mexican player Cham.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the CranKy Duckling himself, the man who's already up in this series, because you know what? He's the best Zerg player in all of Latin America. Shaking my head, Jim Rising. The Brazilian Zerg. It is Erik. Oh,
So
boy.
if Erik wins this series, he is now the best Zerg player in Latin America.
It's a mantle that he can hold on to until DreamHack, I think. Yeah.
Is this like the unofficial world champion, but for best insert race hero of Latin America?
Always, mate, always. Unofficial, official, mate. What are you on about? Oh god. But yeah, that was a very interesting game, to say the least. Again, yeah, Cham was on point with the scouting. I'll give him that. He was very on point with it. His decision making afterwards was questionable.
I don't know, mate. It felt like me playing StarCraft. I go in, I scout everything, I do everything correctly, and then I die.
Correctly? I don't know about that one, mate. Solid thonking emoji for Cham here. But we'll see. We'll see how we go here in game number 2. What I will say is that, like, Erik going for that opener in game 1 isn't something you see too often, and it's very possible that, I mean, I imagine that no one in Korea does that. So, Cham, you gotta remember where your roots are. You know, Latin America.
By the way, Light, I have a question for you. Since I'm not a Zerg player, I have a very perhaps it is a very simple question. Perhaps the answer is very simple, but I'm curious. Erik, the previous game, took his second gas in his natural. Why the natural? Why not the other gas in the main base?
It's a gamble that you take when it comes to, like, how you're going to be scattered. I agree, right? Like, you know, it's like how sometimes you hide tech in the natural to avoid being scattered in the main base. It's that kind of thing, I feel, personally. I could ask him after, but yeah. I agree that in that scenario, you would expect it to be in the main base, right? Because it's most likely that a Ling is going to attempt to scout you, right?
Yes. That is why I was curious. So yeah.
Yes.
Anyhow, mate. Game number 2. Erik now this time going for full 3 bases. Same as Cham. In fact, they're both doing basically mirror matches at the moment. Pretty similar stuff.
Yeah, this is a lot more standard, and I'm sure Cham is going to be a lot more comfortable in this game. He can do his thing, right? You know, take a third base, get Ling Bane up and running. Really, we have to keep an eye on who's going to be the aggressor, who's going to be the one to make a massive swell of Lings and rush across the map to try and deny the other player's third. Oh. Okay.
Oh, Erik managed to get in.
Yeah, he slips in with this scout. He confirms the gases, confirms there is no early lair or anything crazy going on.
And yeah, because settling speed finished him first for Erik instead of Cham. He gets in and his settling is like free to do anything for like a couple of seconds, and yeah, nice scout by him.
I can't believe it's still alive. No.
Yeah, it finally dies. And now finally Cham going with his Zerlings to the other side of the map. Let's see what damage he can do. It is only 6 Zerlings, so it's probably not much.
Yeah, exactly, Erik. He confirms it. He's morphing into safety banelings just in case, so he should be fine because, as you said, there are only 6 Lings. And we are moving on from here. Neither player wants to deny the third base, so both players are going to drone up and get into Roaches.
Yeah, Roach Warren for both players, +1 attack also for those Roaches are on the way for both players. And honestly, this is almost mirror up until now because now Erik has started his lair.
Yeah, that's the really big divergence here that he's going for that lair. Not just lair, but he's also going for pneumatized carapace, which is interesting. We'll see if he does anything with that. If Ryu was here, we could see Dropper Lords. You know, that's kind of like what he loves to do in this matchup. But Erik, we'll see if it's just for scouting.
Yeah, meanwhile, mate, Cham has stopped droning, and now we see only Roaches on the way.
Yeah.
In hatchery still.
This is scary. This is a little bit scary here. Erik hasn't confirmed this. Hopefully he doesn't drone up anymore. Hopefully he's not too greedy because he has been making a lot more drones.
Oh god, there we go. I don't think Erik has seen this army moving, right?
Not yet. I think his first glimpse will be right here. He sees a couple of Lings. Now he's gonna see the Roaches. Oh, and he threw down the spider. He made a wave of drones. Oh no!
Oh no! What a disaster here for Erik, mate.
This could just be over. Cham, he's waddling in. The third base is exposed. We have a couple of Roaches here for Erik, but mate, it's barely anything.
Yeah, there is not much here, and Cham I think, is just going to overrun him. Nice Belling connection on the Zerlings, but then again, the Zerlings are not the important part here in Cham's army.
Yeah, exactly. What's important are the Roaches, and they are just breaking into the natural base. They're going to be able to break through the defenses here. At the same time, the third base have fallen. All the drones have fallen. And, wow, what this Cham going to quickly tie up this series, mate.
GG. Cham draws it, and we are now 1-1.
Oof. GG. Erik, unfortunately, he didn't scout. I say didn't scout. He didn't have an Overlord in that center ramp area, so he didn't see anything until it was already on his half of the map. Like, he had very limited vision.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. It really, like, it was basically just a little bit of bad luck on Erik's part, and that was it, because should Erik had the information, I think he would have been more than plenty ready.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, he had already droned up a little bit more, right? I think he had made an extra 8 drones, but that's okay, right? As soon as you see what's happening, you can make a wave of Roaches and be able to defend. But unfortunately, he made another wave of drones, and he made a Spire. There was the layer on top of that. Like, he was investing so much of his economy in his tech and his economy instead of his army.
So, Light, people in the chat are asking, when are you going to sell CranKy Duckling jerseys?
Ay. Oh, God. Maybe one day.
Come on, mate. It's time to put up the merchandise up.
I mean, I'm very proud of our jerseys. I'm very proud, but I really don't think we have the reach to like facilitate a store, to be honest. Like, I guess.
Look. That's exactly when you start a Kickstarter for it. And there we go. Problem fix.
Oh god.
Speaking of problem fix, here we have the Mexican set player who managed to get his problem fixed last game, and we are now in game number 3. This is Cham.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is red, representing the CranKy Ducklings. We're tied up 1-1. This is it. This is the ace match. It is Erik.
So, mate, Erik went for a 14 hatch.
Ooh.
That's an interesting timing for a hatchery. And now he's going for a 13 gas, 12 pull.
Let's go. He has not made his interesting. So he is still making a couple of drones here, but because of this opener, obviously he'll have faster ling speed. He'll have faster lings themselves. Oh my god. This is like a pseudo Scarlet build. Like, because of the early hatchery, it looks normal. Like, for the most part, it looks like a hatch first. Like,
right.
Yeah,
I remember a game where the exact things happened, and the other, I don't remember who it was. Was it Scarlet who did it in one of our tournaments?
Yep.
And the other player the other player just died.
Yeah. It happened. It did happen. There we go. 6 lings are on the way. Ling speed is on the way, and we do have a couple of drones being transferred over to the natural again to make it look like he's droning up when he's not droning up at all. He's banking lings. And
there we go. Cham sees the edge of the hatchery, and he's like, "Oh, okay, it's completely normal," and just going to retire, and suddenly. Cham in a couple of minutes is going to suffer like a possible flood of links. It's not gonna be nice.
Yep, exactly. Like, the only way to tell this, by the way, is I'm pretty sure you have to check how many drones there are, and I think that the creep spread is also another tell as well, if you know exactly what this is and if you're familiar with it. But this man, he's going for a third base. Ducking, he's going for a third. Mate. The lings are coming. There's no bailing this. There's nothing.
Mate, is Erik going to be able to do it? There we go. Ling speed is about to finish. Erik is regrouping all of his settlings, and there we go. There they go. And Cham currently is going to look at them and say, "Oh shit!
Oh shit! We need panic mode here for Cham." There we go. He immediately evacuates the main base. He's throwing down. He's trying to construct a wall right now. Spine, bailing nest, queens, whatever he can, because the lings are already here. Ling speed isn't even done for Cham.
And there we go. This is a nice wall with the drones and the queens. So this is going to be able to buy a lot of time. The question is it going to be enough, mate?
Yeah, we'll see what Erik decides to do. He decides to focus down the natural base. He could go for the third and just keep Cham on one base, or he could try and go for the kill. And yeah, he goes for the third.
Wow. What moves by this man, boy.
Oh,
what move? The third is cancelled. Cham going all the way to one base.
And Erik is joining up.
Yeah, the bailing nest for Cham is about to finish. So he's going to have that. But oh no, there's a small hole in the wall. The Zerglings didn't manage to get in.
Oh god, exactly. I mean, the bailings were just morphed in, so Erik has a little bit of time to trade, but he will end up backing off in the end. He doesn't commit, doesn't want to risk accidentally taking a big bailing to the face. And now, Erik, he's sitting back pretty. He's equal in workers.
Yeah, he's equal in workers, but he has one extra base, and his rush warden is on the way, mate.
Oh my god, exactly. Meanwhile, oh my god, the drone will get picked off. Oh, Erik has to be careful. He has to respect the bailing here. Gonna try and bait it out. And Erik, he's transitioning. He's going to roaches. Oh.
Okay, one of the bailings got taken out.
Yeah, the second Bailey gets taken out as well, and now there's nothing really to threaten the Lings here. He's gonna try and cancel the third again.
Yeah, he's delaying it a lot. That's a really good move by Erik. And there we go. I think that should be it for the aggression of Erik for now. Now it is up to Erik to defend whatever is coming next from Cham.
Oh, exactly. But you know what? Erik is walled off.
Erik is walled off. He has a Roach Warren. He has a Spine. His lair is on the way. Oh my god, man. This game is incredible, man.
So Erik can do whatever he wants right now. So right now he's on 2 bases and he's getting a lair, and he's not making roaches. I think he wants to go 2 base muta. Oh wait, okay, never mind.
I think he's just going for the probably something similar to the 2 base all-in that he did in game number 1.
Yep. Oh, he should be, especially because he's not taking his 4th gas, you know, he's now making roaches. There we go. If he wanted to, there are options, right? He could go, okay, he's gonna focus down the Evo. I was about to say, if he doesn't focus down the Evo, he could even go for a Nidus.
Nidus is not a bad idea. Unfortunately, his Overlord near the base of Cham is about to be taken out. So perhaps that is why he's not going for Nidus.
Yep.
But there we go. Roaches are out. The wall is about to be brought down. And even the Zerlings are being attacked by the what they call the... Oh, that's a good question. What is it are they called? The little units that spawn off when you kill the buildings.
Broodlings.
Oh, is it the same as the Broodlords?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I never knew that it was like the same unit.
Fun facts.
Yeah, fun facts, everyone. 12 years after the game came out.
God damn it, Darky. But here we go. The roaches are across the map. Do we have any spines? We don't have any spines. We only have queens and a couple of roaches here for Cham.
Yeah, no, the numbers here are more even than they were in game number 1. So
True.
Erik might not be able to break this.
Yeah, exactly. He's waiting for his reinforcements. He's waiting for his flood of Lings, because once the Lings show up, then he has plenty of buffer for his own roaches. And now he's going for the third. And Cham, is he going to try and save it?
I think he is. The roaches are coming. The Zerlings are coming. Nice run on the roaches of Cham. But there are queens, and the queens have transfused. Let's see if this is good enough, and I think it is.
Wow, the transfuses are on point. Cham will hold on to his 3rd base, and he forces Erik all the way back. Oh god, the queens! The queens!
Queens are out of flip. One of the queens got snapped out immediately.
Oh my god. What's important is that roach speed just finished for Erik. That means obviously he can out micro Cham, he can outmaneuver him, and he can reinforce that much faster. Is he gonna try and force the issue here? Yo, this space is still kind of low.
Roaches are coming in. Cham has to respond, but on the other side of the map, Erik is trying to go for a little run by. It's not gonna work. And yeah, he sniped the tier hatchery, which is exactly what Erik wanted, because Erik third base it was pretty off behind, just now finishing.
It was very
now
late.
Now that it is destroyed, like Erik is in a good position.
Yeah, and now Erik, he's doubling down on the roaches. He's getting burrow, he's getting tunneling claws to try and harass Cham. And Cham, he hasn't scouted this. He doesn't have any detection at all. So this is a really nice way to pull Cham apart, and force him to react and take down his economy. Going head on, it doesn't seem to be working, because Cham, like, his macro was insane. Like he has an army to contend with Erik.
Cham is moving out, going on across two fronts.
He is spotted by Erik, at least these ones are, and he may force Erik out of position as a couple more roaches come in, but there come the borrowed roaches of Erik.
Oh, is Erik gonna try to do like a sandwich
Cham
or
sees.
something?
He sees, he's getting detection. Oh my god.
I cannot believe he actually saw it, because mate, seeing borrow SR units is one of the most difficult things in the game.
It's hard, especially on creep. But Lightshade does have a white ground, so it is a little bit easier to see it. And yeah, wow, Cham, he does reposition, but meanwhile, at the same time, Erik is trying to hit the third base once again.
Yeah, he is trying. I'm not sure if this is the wisest decision.
Oh my god. I mean, he focuses down the Ravagers first. Maybe he can try and take down everything else at the same time. We do have those Blood Roaches, but they're being cleaned up in the main.
Yeah, and I think Erik is going to hold. No, I mean Cham is going to hold.
Oh,
he loses a couple of workers, but the Roaches do not overwhelm him.
Just barely. What's important is that this entire time Erik has been ahead in workers. Now he's already started Carapace, so he will be ahead in upgrades once this finishes. Never mind Cham, he's not too far behind. He's keeping up. Mate, I'm so impressed by Cham, by the way. he just doesn't want to die.
I mean, don't you have to be more impressed by your boy Erik?
True, I mean, he's so close, but he has to be so careful here because Cham has been able to equalize for the most part. Once again, Erik, he's trying to distract his opponent, but Cham does have 2 Overseers. Doesn't let Erik in.
Yeah, and Erik, I think he's just going to go back and regroup. Now, question is, what is the next move from Erik? And the answer is taking a 4th base.
Let's go. 4th base is on the way. 3rd base can now be fully saturated by Erik, and there it is. I was talking about Ryu earlier and how he loves to do this. Now I love this. Erik, he's also going for those Dropper Lords.
Yes, this is, I think, a very good idea because if you check the left-hand side of the map, Cham has no vision.
Oh yeah.
Like you can drop all day and Cham is never gonna find out.
There's nothing there. Cham will have to
I'm gonna be honest. I want those 2 Overlords to be like instead of 2, like 8 Overlords or something, like a mass Overlord drop. And I think Erik will have taken the game pretty easily if
Look,
that's going to happen.
Erik isn't Terran, all right? What are you talking about? Doom drop, mate. I would like it as well, especially like getting into the main and taking control of the ramp. Like, that is a game-winning move. He does come in, he will distract the army. At the same time, Erik wants to try and hit the 3rd base, but Cham responds.
Oh no, Erik did not manage to evade those what is it called, the
Biles.
The biles from the corrosive biles from the Ravagers. But he's taking workers in the main base, and the drops are still alive and they're still a threat.
Yeah, 7 drones go down. This is not insignificant, so these drops are still dealing damage. There's no consistent anti-air to deal with these Dropper Lords, so supply has to stay here from Cham to deal with this.
There we go, unloading again, doing as much damage as they can. 1, 2 workers, and then just pick up and leave.
Yeah. At the same time, it looks like Cham's had enough. He's like, look, I want to be the aggressor. I want to finally push out here. And Erik does spot him. Unlike Cham, Erik hasn't been spreading his creep, which is both a pro and a con. And now the big fight is happening.
Yeah, big fight starting. Oh, again, Erik does not manage to evade the corrosive biles and takes a lot of damage by those Ravagers of Cham.
Yeah, he just doesn't really have the numbers here. More biles are landing. He's stuck on the low ground. The Roach Warren gets taken out.
No Roach Warren, mate. This is what Erik has is all that he's going to be able to have to defend, and I'm not sure he's going to be able. Cham is maxed out at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And Erik, he still has supply across the map. He's going to try and force himself up the ramp, but he just can't do it. And Cham, with this maxed out army, takes out the natural, and now he can go straight into the main. Oh, a 3rd even.
Oh god, the drones are being pulled, and I think this is going to be it. Made 170 supply versus 195, and Erik is falling out. His army is shrinking, his workers number is shrinking as well. And Cham has done it. GG's. Cham takes the series 2-1.
Oh my god, insane. Cham does crawl back after losing his natural and his 3rd base. Not just losing his 3rd base, but also twice. He lost it twice, if you recall. Cham brings it back.
What a series, mate. What a series.
GG. And this is what I was worried about, because Erik, he had a really nice lead early on. And if you recall, like, his follow-up was more of like a big 2 base, quote unquote, all in. You pointed it out when it was happening. His 3rd base was very late, right? And because Cham held the initial push with his transfuses, then things did kind of even up from there. And after that, there was a pretty big investment in borrowed roaches, right? In tunneling claws, in borrow. and that never paid for itself. The Dropper Lords did deal damage, but not the Burrow and not the Tunneling Claws, and that, again, like, that's a big investment that just kind of did go down the drain.